Good morning, guys. It's not actually morning. It's 5:21 on Friday. Okay. I want to catch you guys up on some things. However, I have no idea how the hell I'm gonna do this because stop moving. Moose out here with me. Welcome to the bedroom. I'm on my pillow. I have you sitting on my desk. We have a few things. I really want to just kind of vent about. I don't know if this video is gonna go up. I have no idea. But if it does, here we are. Hi, how are ya? Scary medical shit. Okay? Water, by the way. Drink your water. It's good for you. Okay, so a few things. One, I missed almost tomorrow morning would be 3 weeks of video uploads. Okay, so I'm going to start from the very beginning with all of this. I got curious about what symptom goes under what diagnoses. So, you guys know I deal with chronic illness. I have multiple different diagnoses, which sucks. But in doing that, I learned that there was quite a few things that I was dealing with that it's not normal. Okay, I don't want to go, into crazy detail about this. I don't know if I will. But I found out that some of the bladder issues that I've had for 10 plus years are not normal. And that scared me. That scared me a lot. Now, I will be talking about sexual abuse, sexual trauma, and medical trauma. There's your warning. That is the only warning I'm going to give. Okay? Now, when I started listing off everything that my body does or is dealing with, partially because I wanted my body to work the way that it's supposed to. Now, I don't think that's going to work for me. It's not going to be able to work like that, which is unfortunate. But even if it's something as little as symptom management, I figured that's the best that I'm going to be able to get. That's what I'll take. Now, for years, and I mean years, probably closer 15, 16 years now, I have had to push to pee. I didn't bring it up because I thought everybody did that. Okay? So, I found out that in fact was not normal. So, I kind of freaked out about that. Incoming medical trauma here. Okay? Ended up in the emergency room years ago there's another ER trip, but the one I'm telling you about here is 10 plus years ago. I realized that I hadn't peed in about a day and a half, and was dealing with a lot of pain. So that made me go into an ER in Louisville, Colorado. Now, the doctor that was there, I don't know how much into detail I want to go with this, but he did something that I didn't want, that was forced on me. I freaked out this time because I noticed a significant change in the amount of pee that was happening. Now, for me, normally it's, oh, I gotta pee, I gotta go pee now. Okay, like I don't get any warning, and it's fast and forceful. It wasn't happening like this. So yeah, he went to the door. He called 2 female nurses in, and that's after I had told him, no, I don't want you to do what he was planning. I don't want you to do that. And the one nurse on the right side held my wrist and my ankle down. The one on the left only held my wrist down. She forgot to hold my foot. So I took my left foot, placed it right in the middle of his chest, and pushed him back. He didn't like that. So that's all I'm gonna say with that. I also deal with a lot of PTSD related issues. Now, PTSD, for people who know, I have a service dog. His name is Mufasa. He's right that way. That way. He's sitting in front of the fan. His main task is cardiac alert and response. Another thing that we ended up teaching him was behavior interruptions. Toe tapping, leg bouncing, arm scratching, leg scratching. And we figured out kind of quickly that the original way that he was trained, which was a nose bump, I was not paying attention to. And it would get out of control. So we found out that he likes to use his paws. We changed his alert from a nose bump to a paw alert. And he has to be aggressive about it. Otherwise, I do not pay attention. Okay? Fast forward years. I was noticing quite a bit of pain down there. A lot. I don't know how else to explain it. But, we thought it was a UTI infection. We did the test for the UTI infection, comes back bright purple, which was a positive test. Okay, well, that didn't help, that didn't work. I completed 2 different courses of antibiotics. The first one was for a UTI infection. No. And the second one was because there was a lot of bacteria that showed up in my pee. Now, fast forward. I'm still in quite a bit of pain. I end up going to the emergency room. They see me, they see Mufasa, and they pretty much dismissed it. They didn't do anything. The only relief that I got from that visit is something I could have very easily done at home, which is sitting on an ice pack. So, yeah, I try to go pee. I'm trying to explain all of this to my mom because I'm, at this point, freaking out. I don't know what to do, and she seems kind of confused because I can't pee, right? So I catch her on 4th of July. I catch her in the bathroom, and I was like, hey, can I show you something? And she's like, yeah, sure, what is it? Hubby's moving around. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I go sit down on her toilet, and I was like, okay, I want you to listen. Listen. There's nothing. Okay? The minute I start pushing, it comes out. Now, the second that I stop pushing to catch my breath normally, it completely cuts off. It does not keep going. It won't go after that. So I go and I push again, and she's like, oh, hey, that's not normal. Okay, I know that now. Like, I'm trying to get this shit fixed. I didn't know. Because of the previous experience that I had with an ER doctor, I really didn't want to go. Which, like I said, the most relief that I got from that was sitting on a damn ice pack, which is something I could have done at home. I drank so much water. I had 5 water bottles. I had 4 of these. I had my yellow one. And then I also had Mufasa's, like, KFC gallon bag thing. Also had that. And I drank all of it. And almost nothing came out. So, freaked out about that. Completed the second round of antibiotics. I'm learning that pain in that area, the pain has almost always been there. It's been there for as long as I can remember. But the pain that is there, apparently that area is not supposed to be in pain. Which, again, I didn't know. It's always been like that with me, so I thought it was no different. Trying to finish these communication cards because the appointments that I know that are coming up, I know I'm probably going to be pretty shut down. I don't like talking about this. I don't want to talk about this. In my mind, if I don't talk about it, it never happened. Just saying. Okay, I'm gonna hold you guys still for a second. And then, I am freaking out to the point where I call my therapist. I didn't know what else to do. I had her call me back on the phone. She's like, okay, what's going on? You know, I need you to fill me in. I'm like, I'm freaking out. I can't pee. This shit's going the way that it went the last time. I'm literally living a nightmare. So there's that. Okay. And then the idiot owner of this place, this park that I live in now, basically forced us to sell the table, which the neighbor got the money for that. I needed it gone. I wanted people out from under my ass about it. I was getting kind of tired of it, honestly. But, he forced us to tow the Blazer to storage. So, I have to pay an extra $35 a month just to store my car there because it doesn't have a battery, it doesn't have insurance, the plates are expired. It's a lot. Now, for me to get it up and going, it's like a one-time cost of almost $500, which, that's ridiculous. Like, come on. The most expensive part is the damn battery. And then after that, it's monthly insurance and gas, which, if we did the one-time purchase of all of this, not only would we have a car, we would have a vehicle to get around in. We wouldn't have to use our neighbor's truck, which we don't try to as it is. But I am gonna say, my dogs are spoiled, and I love my girls, okay? Don't be getting that sideways. But, yeah. So, there's just been a lot going on. And at one point, when I had put the call into my therapist because I didn't know what else to do, I was in tears. I was like, I've lost complete control of my health. Like, I have no control at this point. And she's like, no, you do have control. You have a say in your health care. I'm like, so why do they dismiss me the way that they do? Nobody thought about that. But my mom started listing off things that I do have good control over. One of which is my diet. And I'm a little bit curious because I want to know what I can do to better my diet. And quite honestly, ever since I've stayed off of dairy and gluten, you wouldn't know it because my stomach's growling like crazy right now, but I have felt so much better. The amount of protein that I eat now, I think, is a lot better compared to what it was before. But yes. And I even I had the Chat GPT thing, or I think it's called OpenAI too, with doing, explaining everything to OpenAI, I don't know what it's called, okay, the AI thing, the chatbot thing, okay, I had it put together a appointment survival plan. I also had it put together a spot for the dogs, which I'm probably gonna do a video of. I'm very excited. Things that you are allowed to do. You are allowed to want answers in treatment. You are allowed to be scared and still move forward. you are allowed to bring comfort items with you to appointments. So, like, I have a squishy pad thing that I carry around. I have my mom. I have Mr. Mufasa. You know, I've got good support systems. But you are also allowed to have a plan in place before anything happens. Like I said, the other doctor forced something onto me, and maybe I'll explain what it is later. There's a lot more that goes into this. But for now, this is what I'm comfortable saying. Okay? Do not push me for answers, by the way, because you will be ignored. It wouldn't go down. You're allowed to be worried. Okay? That ER pretty much dismissed me. Like, we got nothing done. Yeah. I put this, like, survival kit together. Which, at the end of all of this, I do have the mindfulness and emotion regulation, the window of tolerance is what it's called. Practices grounding skills when we're outside of the window of tolerance, 3-minute breathing space. You know, there's little things here. You have a problem, okay? What can you do? You can change the problem, solve the problem, leave the problem, feel better about the problem, or tolerate the problem or avoid it. Well, I can try to solve the problem the best of my abilities, which I gotta wait for my doctor to get back from an out-of-town conference that she had gone to. So in the meantime, I started doing communication cards for it. So, there's a lot that goes into that too. So, but yeah, that's kind of what's been going on. I am very sorry that I have missed all those weeks. I'm doing quite a bit better now. There's still quite a bit of pain, but we're working on it. We're doing the best that we can, and that's all I can do right now. So, I love you guys, and I hope you guys are having a good day. Bye, guys.